Hello everybody. Today let's talk about how to write your own custom indicator. We know indicators are very important to help us analyze market data. The market movement is very complicated. So candlestick is not so enough to help us to analyze. We need more intuitive stuff to help us, and indicators are very helpful to analyze the market movement because you can read the value from your chart straightforward. So it's very intuitive, and the result is more precise than the candlestick's value. Maybe someone will tell you we can use Fibonacci line or Elliott wave to help us as well. They're right. But one thing I hope you to take care of is the technical skills of these kind of technical skills are based on very subjective theory, and you cannot identify the pattern of the market by Fibonacci line or Elliott wave. It's very difficult. It's subjective. And I think maybe professional trader can master this kind of skill. But for the beginner, it's too difficult. But indicators are very intuitive. And we can straightforward read the value. And but writing an indicator is not so easy. A lot of trading platforms have provided us with their functions to help us write our own custom indicators. We don't need to use some built-in regular indicators. We can write our own program logic. But the using is not so easy, and we need to download something and we need to install something. At Fintechee, and everything becomes very easy, and you don't need to install, you don't need to download anything, and just open the web page and you can write your own custom indicators there and run them and to see the result. It's very intuitive. Okay, so let's start learning how to write your own custom indicator at Fintechee trading platform. We have prepared a few of indicators as the built-in functions in our trading platform. Just click this icon on the left sidebar and you can see a list of the indicators. They are built-in indicators, and of course you can edit them. But when you open the web page again, and they will be restored to the default source code. So if you want to write your own custom indicator, please rename the indicators and write your own logic. If you don't do that, and your function, your logic will be recovered by by the default source code logic. And you can see the built-in indicators logic here by clicking this icon, and you can refer to the source code. Okay, so let's start learning. And at the Fintechee trading platform, the custom indicators function are very easy, very simple. And before you write your own custom indicator, you need to learn some constant definitions. They are block name, time frame, order type, where to render, data name, render type, parameter type. And we will introduce you how to use them later. And we have prepared some common functions here, such as SMA, EMA, SMMA, LWMA. If you are familiar with MT4 or MT5 and you can understand, and these common functions are used to build some moving average program logic. SMA stands for simple moving average, EMA stands for exponent moving average, and SMMA stands for smooth moving average, and LWMA stands for lightweight moving average. So they are different logics, and you will use the common functions later, so we will explain them more later. Okay, now let's start learning the structure of the custom indicator. If you want to use your own custom indicator, you need to register your indicator first. And if you want to register your indicator, you need to use this API, register indicator, and to run it and to register your indicator into the system, into the trading platform. And after you register your indicators, and you can add your own custom indicator to your chart, and the new indicators will be shown here. And if you want to edit them, if you want to rewrite them, and you can use this panel and to find them and to edit them, to modify them. Register indicators have several parameters: the name, the description, the callback function, the parameters array, the import data array, the output data array, and where to render. So let's start learn what they mean. And the name, of course, it's very simple, and description is very simple as well, so we will not explain them more. Let's start from this parameter. It's a function parameter, and you use this callback function to calculate the value. And this function has one parameter, context. Context is an object, and this object has several properties, and we will use the properties to get information from the trading system. And this array will declare which kind of data input will be used. And in our example, a simple moving average, we will have this area is parameters. This area is parameters array. So we will have two parameters. One is period and the other one is shift. And we will use the two parameters to calculate the indicator's output. And this area is array for input. And we will use the close value of the candlestick. And we will map the value to 0 index. If we map the name to the index, and we will use the index to get the data input. Please refer to this line and to see how to get the data input. We know every indicator will has output and input, and we will rely on the input data to calculate the output. So which kind of data to input is very, very important. We can not only define close value as our input data, we can define high value of candlestick or low value of candlestick or open value of candlestick to input the data to our program logic and to calculate the output. And for our example, and we will use close value. And if we want to use the close value, and the first thing is to map it to index. And after we map them, and we will get close value of the candlestick by specify 0 as the parameter. And the get data input is another API of our SDK. And in our example, and there is just one input data, so we will just use close value of candlestick, and we will have just one output. So we defined the output line here. The first thing is we need to give the output data a name. The name is SMA. Why we need to name them? Because we need to get the reference for the output array by the name. So we need to define the name first and then use the get data output API to specify which data to refer to. We will get the reference of the array of the output and put the calculated result into the array, and the output data will be shown on the chart. And this parameter is to specify where to render the indicator. Chart window stands for this area, the same to the main panel of the chart. And the separated windows stands for this area. It will be separated from the main panel. So we need to tell the system how to render and where to render. Okay, and okay, let's step into learning how to write the callback function. The callback function is where the program logic is. We can get the input data, we can get output data, and we can get indicators parameters, and we can get the candlestick's number, and we can put them all into this common function to calculate the moving averages value. If you want to move the line to the left, we need to specify shift parameter as a negative value. If we want to move the line to the right, and we need to specify shift parameter as a positive value. So you can see the logic is very simple compared to other trading platforms. I think to define and custom indicators are very easy in our trading platform, Fintechee trading platform. So after we write our own custom indicators program logic and we need to run them, and what you need to do is just to copy the source code and paste the source code here to run. And after you run this logic, and the indicator will be registered into your system, and then you can use your own custom indicator here. Okay, so it's very easy, and hope you can get your own custom indicator soon. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.